So anyway, welcome back
Anime.
to Jazzgrass
Tower of
Gaming.
God,
so
right?
here's why it's okay to pirate anime.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, no, but in all seriousness, I do stream a bunch of my anime. If it's available on Netflix, like the thing about Netflix is, I don't know if they still do that though. I haven't really checked because none of the shows I've been watching have been on Netflix. But like they used to do this thing. I don't know if they still do it, where they don't upload the episodes every week.
Oof.
They instead wait until it's all done and then upload it in one go because they want you to binge watch.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I want to watch the episodes as they come out because it's like when you come home, like you don't want to wait until Sunday to get all the news from the whole week, right?
Yep.
For me, it's the same with anime. It's just like I want to come home, watch watch the latest episode of the series I'm watching, and just relax. But I can't because I have to wait 12 weeks for every episode.
Also,
to be
I
out.
feel it's like a giant ploy to just waste more of people's times, because it's like, alright, if you're gonna watch it when it comes out, like that's just one day where you watch an episode of 20 minutes. When it all comes out at the same time, yeah, you're gonna probably watch more than one episode in a day. Like, there goes
definitely.
your entire fucking day.
Well, but and that's just the issue that's very specific for Netflix, and I don't even know if this opinion is outdated or not. So don't just take it with an entire kilogram of salt. Not literally, because your kidneys will fail. But there's another issue that I have with streaming services. So a lot of issues that I have with these streaming services is that they get like exclusive licenses.
Yep.
Holy shit do I hate it. And also, so if I want to watch anime legally, I need an Amazon Prime. I need to get the Amazon streaming service, which is, how much was it? I think between 5 and 10 euros a month.
I feel it's like 15.
Alright, yeah, let's just put them all on 15 because the prices vary. I know that Crunchyroll is 7.50 a month, but that was the last time I checked. So let's say 15 plus 7.50, that's like 22 and a half. Okay, 22 and a half plus, wait, that's not correct, is it? Yeah, it is. What am I on about?
What's he on about? Oh, no.
So, okay, 22 and a half euros a month, okay, but Netflix, so we got Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Crunchyroll. So let's say Netflix is another 15 euros a month, right? So that's 30 euros plus 750, 37 euros 50, right? 37 euros 50 a month to watch anime. Alright, but they don't have all of them because Hulu is also vying for anime.
Yep.
So you have to also get Hulu if you want. Like, this is more optional, of course. But at that point, it rises up to around 40 to 50 euros a month for anime. And it's like, I get it. It's just like with television. It's like a cable subscription. It's not gonna cost a couple tenners and you're done. Like, you get a lot of channels. Well, yeah, but the thing that I have with it is, if you live in a normal household, you're going to have television separately. Like, you don't just watch anime. Like,
What the?
nobody watches anime only. And if you have to pay $50 just to watch anime, that gets steep as a hobby, right?
Yeah.
And then, so let's say I start working full time again. At that point, I'll be fully willing to do that. But I'm European, so I still can't do that. Because there's no licenses in Europe.
Yeah, it's all region locked and shit.
Like, it's all American or like Chinese or Japanese or Korean. Those are the only places where a lot of licenses get bought. But in Europe, nothing. Like Crunchyroll Europe, if you look at their catalog, it's pathetic.
Nothing.
It's nothing short of pathetic.
Pretty sure they don't even have the classics.
Netflix only has the big ones, only the very popular ones. Makes sense from their perspective. It makes total sense. But for someone who's desperately trying to watch legal anime streaming services, it's damn near impossible.
Fuck.
Pretty sure. I'm not even sure if Hulu is at all available in Europe. I think they
yeah,
are.
Hulu is, but like they also have a lot of recent demonetized. Sorry. But yeah,
Amazon
like,
Prime
a
in
lot
the
of it is
Netherlands.
region locked.
Amazon Prime in the Netherlands only really has the shows that are airing at that moment. And they are usually a week late on their episode
Yep.
releases. And then, even after I've invested 50 euros a month, right, into this, and then tolerating the fact that a lot of the shows that I want to watch, right, sometimes some older shows, sometimes shows that have just come out, sometimes shows that have just finished airing, sometimes shows that have finished airing in the 90s and the early 2000s, etc., right, I won't be able to, and I just give up on them because I only want to watch legal. Let's say I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that I'm doing that, you're thinking, oh, but Brian, you're supporting these animators so well. No, I'm not, because I'm not buying physical copies of stuff. They get literally pennies from legal streaming services, because most of the money that they get is from the licenses, but that doesn't get them all that much money in the big scheme of things when you look at their domestic markets.
Yep.
Like, only if you really wanted to support fucking anime, then you fucking
Buy the Blu-rays.
like you pirate all of your anime and you buy Blu-rays if you like the show. If you
Yep.
like the show and you think like I gotta support this channel, buy Blu-rays, buy merchandise, buy that shit, and buy it as directly from the fucking publisher as you can. Because if you don't, like, if you really were someone that wanted to help the fucking industry flourish, then you wouldn't give a shit about pirating, because
Yep.
you know it doesn't help at all.
No.
At all. It does help, but not enough.
Well, what I really like,
Animators still get paid shit.
what I mostly like is that like shit like Netflix came out to kind of fight the idea of fucking pirating. It's like, oh yeah, you don't have to fucking pirate all these shows because you can just have them. It's easy to get, you know. But then it's just like, yeah, but now you're making it very difficult, because it used to be, oh, you only had to have fucking Netflix. But like you said, yeah, you have to get everything now.
Exactly.
And it's the same with like cable. Like,
Well, imagine
I
that-
said like to my parents, like, man, it's all just fucking like cable. It used to be that you get cable, you wouldn't have to watch any commercials and everything, but now that's gone. Like wait, why are we even paying for cable in that case? And next to cable, you gotta have all these fucking streaming services, because cable isn't what it used to be anymore. But now these fucking streaming services are also going down the fucking drain.
Well, it's kind of like if you buy cable and then they tell you have to buy each channel individually.
Oh yeah, fuck off.
Like you have to pay for every show that you want to watch. Let's say you want to watch a show, you have to pay 50 cents per episode. Steam was I don't know if they still do, but they were experimenting with that, weren't they? That they were releasing anime on the Steam store.
Yeah.
And you could pay for an episode, and a large amount of that would go to the studio.
Yeah, I don't think it's very successful though. Because I don't never hear anybody
Exactly.
talk about it.
And I think
I
that's
have
kinda-
actually bought an anime from there and watched it. I don't even remember what I bought and what I watched.
Well, what's your experience? Do you remember your experience being positive with it? Was it like convenient?
it was convenient, but
Well, because I think it's a genius idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a genius idea, and I
But
wish
the problem
it
is-
took off more. But I don't know. I think the way they implemented
don't
it may
have a-
not have been perfect.
well, that as well, and there's not a wide variety of things to choose from. Like,
well, true.
it's
Like that's
very
again the
rudimentary.
licensing issues. Like there's just no licenses. Oh, fucking
Well,
hell.
I got a
That
fucking
thing's going
stroke.
wrong.
Yeah, I
But
had a
there's
stroke.
just no licenses in Europe. Like if you let's say Crunchyroll has 150 anime just for Europe,
It's not bad.
right?
And they're all shit.
And with the anime that I want to watch isn't in there. Right, tough luck. But I have a specific taste. Like they're going for the broadest taste, right? Like people that watch anime generally, most people enjoy shonen, action, thriller, that adventure, that kind of stuff. I like that too, but I also like a lot of slice of life, romance, all that cutesy bullshit. You know how it is. But they don't have a lot of that. Like, especially, well, at least not the shows I want to watch, because I, from time to time, take a look at their catalog. And then it's like, Brian, use a VPN. And it's like, no, I don't
That's
want
even more things to pay.
No, No, like, first of all, indeed, that's another service I have to buy just to consume anime. And to make matters worse, to make it much, much worse, if I do that, the connection quality is usually so bad that I have to deal with buffering.
Yep.
Mate, since I moved in this building, I've had internet that's so good, I haven't seen a video buffer in 5 years.
He doesn't even know what buffering
I
is.
have NordVPN in the service. You know why? Because I have it specifically because I got like the first year for free, some crazy deal like that. I paid like almost nothing for it. I try it out. It's shit, mate. Holy shit! I click on America, right? I'm like, okay, well, America, that's like where the company is based. They have to have like a pretty good connection, right? And I want to see if this show that I'm looking for is on the American Netflix. I click on it. All right, it takes a minute to connect to it. Fair enough, whatever.
What?
Thing. I'm patient.
It's just no.
So I'm connected, right? So just to make sure that I'm doing everything right, I restarted my browser. I didn't want to, accidentally fuck anything up, right? So I go to Netflix. It loads slowly. And I'm like, what is this? So I go on Reddit, I click on a picture, and I see something that I hadn't seen in years. The last time I saw this happen was when I was in vocational school. The image loaded like this, instead of just flashing onto my screen and being loaded.
That's special.
It did that thing where it does that. It did it quickly, but it did it in just enough tempo that I could see it happen like that, and think to myself, this is not this is troublesome. Like, it's acceptable, and I'll deal with it if I have to. But then I clicked on a series to watch it, and within the first 5 minutes, I had a buffer that lasted longer than 10 seconds.
Oof.
For someone that hasn't seen a buffer in 5 years,
That's spooky.
it's not spooky. It's the most aggravating thing possible, right? It's like, what is this bullshit? You promised me high-speed internet. I have a good connection. So the only fault here is that you have a bad connection, NordVPN. So I'm calling out NordVPN here. We will never accept you as a sponsorship due to the lacking quality in your product. ExpressVPN, we're open for business. Hey man, give us a call.
So hope that you're any better.
I'm always willing to try, and depending on how much you pay, I'm always willing to lie. Let that be known. A lot of people say, okay, so let's just jump straight into politics here. I don't give a shit. So some people say that getting younger people, the only thing that we have to wait for in politics is for the old people to die off. And I used to think like that too, but I thought about it a little bit. Yeah, I thought about it a little harder the other day. Because I was thinking like, well, no, because those people would still have the same mindset of like the obsessive chase for money.
Yep.
Just because they're younger doesn't mean that they understand our vision. Because most politicians were raised in such a privileged environment that they're not really a part of society. Let's face it. If you are raised in a big mansion and you've gone to a big private school,
then you're not a usual normal person.
Then you're not an average Joe, you know.
You won't be able to connect to the man.
Like, if your parents made sure that you always earned your own money, if your parents actually did their efforts to make sure that you were raised in as much of a normal society as possible, props to you. Like, that's fine. But with politicians, what you often see is that they have grown up in that privileged environment, where their parents instead made sure that they never had anything to worry about. And that creates a different mindset, and it basically makes it so that they are that you basically get just a younger version of what we have now already. Like, because that's another thing. Like, these people that are doing this aren't even necessarily evil.
They just don't know any better. Jeez.
Well, no, they're just
Keep railing me, thank you.
blindsided by this, because I don't know if you've ever worked in. I don't know if you've ever been in a big office building
Yes.
where things really work the corporate way.
Yeah, I've been there. It's
So
hilarious.
you know how it is, right? Like it's not like you don't apply common sense.
No.
You apply the
Business sense.
The business sense, and common sense and business sense don't often align, right?
We have flow
For
trading.
example, my one of my previous employers one time tried to get me to do something that was so far beyond
Last try, by the way.
so far outside of my pay grade, as well as the my job function, that I had to refuse to do it. But in his mind, I had no right to do so because he was paying me.
I know, right?
And if I wanted to make money, then surely I would do that thing for him. But I wasn't willing to, because it was, first of all, way outside of my job function, and way outside of my pay grade. I was 19 years old at the time, which means that I was making a solid €4.60 per
Even though you
hour.
gotta pay your taxes.
Right? Yeah, because every month I pay my taxes. I have health insurance.
You're
like,
basically
I'm
an adult.
voting, like
You
I
still get paid like a fucking 15-year-old.
Like I got a passport.
Go fuck
I'm saving up
yourself.
I'm saving up and making savings. Hey, I'm allowed to smoke and drink and drive and shoot and fuck and visit hookers, do drugs, doesn't matter. But you're not allowed a mature pay an adult pay grade, because you're not an adult.
And then they're complaining
Okay.
that young people are living
So
at
then
home.
I just won't pay my health insurance because I'm not an adult yet. So I'm on my mom and my dad's health insurance, right?
Yeah.
No, because you're an adult. No, I'm not. You just told me I'm not an adult.
It's
So I'm an
such a
adult when it
stupid-
comes down to paying you, but I'm not an adult when it comes down to paying me.
And I feel like I just don't understand why this isn't brought up even more. Because I feel like, come on, if you're gonna
Like
be
they-
an adult, then you
like
should
even-
get the pay as an adult. And I feel like everybody should be able to agree to that.
You know what's
Even the
crazy?
stupidest person would be
They're
like, yeah, that
like-
makes sense.
And the politicians were like, oh, we're just... because people were starting to really, like in the Netherlands, people have really started to take notice that the
Yeah.
younger generation is just kind of being left to go fuck itself,
Yeah.
basically. To straight up just go fuck
You're
yourself.
literally told to go fucking do, just
you
fuck
know,
you.
like in the Netherlands, younger people are generally seen as disposable.
Yeah.
Because you know, the older people have the biggest voter group, whatever the fuck. So who cares? But lately, politicians have been like, wait, maybe this is not a very good long-term plan.
No,
So
it
they've
isn't.
been trying to appeal a bit more to young people. So what they did was, because after they made
do that in
our
that phase? I didn't know
education
that.
system into the American loan model, right? Where you
Oh,
go
yeah.
to college and you're
Where you really go
when you come out
fuck
of it.
yourself, yeah.
But that aside, like what they were trying to do is they were trying to win back favor. So it used to be you get children money, like children loan,
Child support, yeah.
until you are 23, right?
Yep.
23 years of age. So I would have only been making proper, like normal amounts of money since last year, like for 1 year only. However, I got lucky. When I was 22, you have to remember this is lucky, right? Right before I became 22, the government lowered the minimal age for
Higher
for
pay grade,
full
yeah.
minimum wage, because that's the thing. Minimal wage is lower for children than for
Yep.
adults. Except I'm a 22-year-old child. How does that
I know,
work?
right? That's
Like, in
that's
one
just
end-
hilarious.
Yeah, but here's what's funny. On one end, I got older people blaring at me to move out and get a driver's license and
Become
do
a
all
man.
these things. And on the other hand, I also have adults blaring in my ear. No, you're just a child, so you can't handle that kind of money.
It's so
Or you
stupid.
don't deserve that kind of money.
Because that's what
And
I
but-
don't
but-
understand.
but-
Why
but-
don't they let
No,
you?
but what's funny is, okay, so and then the year after that they lowered it to 21.
Yeah.
So now when you're 21, you make an acceptable, well, questionable amount of
Reason-
money. Like the minimum wage is pretty
Pretty
questionable.
low, yeah. Especially with all the prices going up.
And,
It's hilarious.
well, that's what's interesting. Like, on one end, like the job market is very healthy. On one end, like people are making the money they need to make. Like if you do get like a job, like a good job, like you do make a good amount of money.
Yeah.
But as a starter, or at least as a student, holy shit, is it ever difficult? Especially if like, because, you know, Dennis and I, we're pretty privileged. We live at home. You know, our parents aren't getting ready to kick us out just yet. You know, so we can afford to do to build our future on a stable platform. But I know plenty of dudes that have gotten kicked out.
Yeah.
Good luck getting.
So this is part
rid
one
of
of
your
our political
crippling
rant
dread.
that we've had multiple times. Actually, we've talked about the subject a couple of times before.
So
And
see you
we'll continue
motherfuckers
on the next
later.
episode. See you. Bye.